Labour's promise of a generous state pension increase through the triple lock has been exposed as misleading, with millions of pensioners set to receive far less than claimed. Chancellor Rachel Reeves is touting next April's rise as a major victory, but in reality, many pensioners will end up worse off, especially after losing the winter fuel payment. Although the media has been reporting that the state pension will rise by over £450 to nearly £12,000 a year, the truth is much more complicated, and the majority of pensioners will see far less than this increase. Under the triple lock system, the state pension increases annually based on the highest of wage growth, inflation, or 2.5%. Next year, it's expected to rise by 4%, in line with wage growth between May and July, while inflation remains lower. This would boost the full new state pension from £11,502 to £11,963, a rise of £461, or £8.86 per week. Reeves claims that this increase compensates for the decision to cut the winter fuel payment, worth up to £300 a year. However, former Pensions Minister Sir Steve Webb points out that £250 of the increase is just to keep up with inflation, meaning that losing the winter fuel payment will wipe out the rest. As a result, many pensioners will be left out in the cold. To make matters worse, the headline figure for the state pension doesn't reflect what most people actually receive. Only a small proportion of the 12.5 million pensioners will get the full £461 increase, with most receiving far less. Half of those on the new state pension will get an increase of only £4 or £5 per week, and they'll still lose their winter fuel payment. For the 9 million pensioners on the old basic state pension, the increase is even smaller. The basic state pension, which currently pays up to £8,814 annually, will rise by only £354 to £9,168, just £6.81 per week, or less than £1 a day. For those who lose their winter fuel payment, this increase barely offsets the loss, leaving many worse off once inflation is factored in. Last year's pensioner cost of living payments, which provided up to £900 for the poorest, also won't be repeated, further compounding the financial strain. Women who took time off work to raise families often receive even less, as they didn't accumulate enough national insurance contributions to get the full state pension. Many are eligible for means-tested pension credit, but nearly 1 million pensioners fail to claim it. Additionally, those receiving the state second pension, S2P, or state earnings-related pension, SERPs won't benefit from the full 4% increase, as these are only adjusted by inflation, not the triple lock. While Labour didn't create the triple lock rules, Reeves' portrayal of the pension increase as a major win is misleading. Once the loss of the winter fuel payment is factored in, the rise won't deliver nearly as much as she claims, and many pensioners will be left worse off than before.